I'm going to start off this video by quoting a very notorious quote from The Dark Knight. I know they're like, Carlos, that's a lot of Dark Knight references already. You already mentioned one of the Joker in one of your earlier videos. I know. But we live in a really sad time when someone like the Joker starts to make a lot more sense. I know it sounds ridiculous, but think about it. I don't know if you were aware, but like I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't know if it was a trend or I don't know if it was send a message, but a lot of people, I'm talking about civilians, they were walking around, they were dousing cops with water, they were spraying them with water guns. So and people say, well, it's just it's because it's hot, Carlos, it's because it's hot. But if you look at the videos, some people are throwing buckets at them. They're throwing them like I'm talking about physical objects that could actually cause harm, not just water. And when I see stuff like this, it makes me wonder, what do these people think? What's in the mind of these people? Do they not know that police officers are there when you need to report a crime? Are you aware that whenever someone steals something from your house, who are you gonna call? The police. That's what you're gonna do. And then people they literally they villainize the police officers. Am I saying that all police officers are good? No, there's some bad ones, obviously, but at the end of the day, we're gonna need police officers regardless. If someone breaks into my house, steals something from me, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna call the police and say, "Hey, so and so broke into my house. I will, they stole X amount of valuables." After what's gonna happen? The cops are gonna be here, gonna get a report, and gonna try to find something. Okay. And the thing is that when it comes to this, the quote that I'm gonna tell you right now is this. It's from the Joker. It's when he's talking to Harvey Dent, and he's talking about how Joker's an agent of chaos. The quote is, "It disrupt the established order, and it all becomes chaos." Now, this guy, the title that's from the Washington Post, the title reads, "A cop accused McDonald's employees of taking a bite out of his sandwich. Turns out he forgot he ate it." Now the title reads, "Well, Carlos, what does that have to do with the situation you just mentioned about people dousing cops with water and throwing buckets at them?" I'll tell you why. The cop, he literally mentions, in this article he talks about how how he feels like he's always being villainized. He's like someone's always out there to get him because he wears a uniform and a badge. That's pretty much it. So, like I said, now that cops are being villainized, now a lot of cops are feeling that they're getting paranoid. They're getting paranoid that the world's out to get them simply because they wear a blue uniform and a badge. That's pretty sad, really, because not only are these cops being villainized for doing their job in the first place, but now they have to look out, and now they're being paranoid. Oh, is this person out to get me? Is this person out to get me? Is this person gonna do something to me? And it's really sad. But I'm gonna read the article. I'm gonna take a few breaks between the articles from time to time. That way I can put in my own opinions into this matter. So the article reads: the investigation started with a McDonald's sandwich. As he was starting his shift earlier this month, a police officer with the Marion County Sheriff's Office in Indianapolis went to heat up his McChicken and his fries when he found someone unsettling evidence. Someone had taken a bite out of his meal. "I know I didn't eat it," the cop, who identified himself to the press only as DJ, told WTHR at the time. "I said, you know what? I'm going to go to the McDonald's to see if I can get this taken care of." The claim happened during a simmering summer for police nationwide, as a viral trend, and I don't think it's a trend, of dumping water on police officers fuels claims from unions in New York and elsewhere that disrespect for officers had reached a boiling point. I'm going to take a break here. Yes, I think it has. One thing is to say cops suck. One thing is to say that I don't trust the police or say F the police. That's one thing. But when you start actually assaulting police officers by dumping them with water, you say, well, it's just a fun trend, Carlos. Is that they look like it was a hot day. Okay, fine. I'll give you that. But what about when you throw a bucket up at a police officer? Because there's videos of that. Are you going to tell me, well, Carlos, it's because, it's hot and, plastic buckets of water have been proven to actually have a cooling effect? No, it's a bunch of BS. When you actually start throwing physical objects at officers while you're dumping them with water, yeah, I don't buy that stuff anymore. It's clear that you hate them and you're trying to harass them. And if they retaliate, guess what's gonna happen? Oh my God, the cop retaliates against innocent civilians. That's what the media will tell you, and I think it's really pathetic. I respect the police officers, and do I say that all of them are saints? No, there's some bad ones. Just like every single job has bad people. A McDonald's has its good workers and it has its bad workers. A Sears, good workers and bad workers. Police, good cops and bad cops. That's how it always works. No profession has 100% good people. They don't. Even doctors. Trust me, I've dealt with some shitty doctors, and like I said, they're supposed to be professionals. But again, they're supposed to. Like I said, no job, and I tell you now, I've yet to come across a job that has 100% good workers and 0% bad workers. It just doesn't work that way. There's people that are always going to be natural assholes. But I'm going to keep going. DJ had similar fears when he arrived at McDonald's outside of downtown Indianapolis. The store offered him free food, but he said he couldn't care less about extra fries or more hamburgers. The police officer suspected an employee was targeting him because he was a cop and he wanted justice for his McChicken. I'm going to take a break here as well. This is the sad part. When you are so villainized so often, when you're seen as a bad person, and someone offers you free food, when someone tries to be nice to you for once, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna be like, oh well, thank you? No, you're gonna be suspicious. It's gonna be suspicious. It's kind of like for example, like it's kind of like you're in school, right? You're like when you were in high school, girls were constantly asking you how they dated you, then they dumped you, they dated you and they dumped you. That was pretty much it. And then when this genuine girl likes you, she's actually interested in you. She wants to go out with you. She wants to be in a relationship with you, an actual relationship, not just those where they go out with you because they lost a bet or something. Because that does happen. At least I think it still does. That's what happened in my school when I was in school. But the point is, after seeing that a lot of these girls only dated you because they lost a bet, and then this genuine girl wants to date you, wants to actually be invested in your life. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna be like, oh, whoa, okay, well, I'm grateful? No, you're gonna be like, what's the catch? What are you up to? That's the natural response. Same thing with this cop. I don't blame him. If in the entire country villainizes someone with a blue uniform and a badge, do I blame this guy for thinking, oh, someone's offering me free food? Oh no, there's something going on. No. And that's the big thing. This police officer feels so bad about himself that he doesn't even want free food. He gets suspicious when someone does something good to him. When someone tries to offer him a good deed, it's really sad. That is why when at my old McDonald's when I worked at, obviously I couldn't go away free food, but I offered them a discount. And it's usually the same officers. But I did it every single time. I was consistent. I told them, hello sir, how are you doing? Okay, you okay? I'll usually give them like a 30% discount on their meals. Because that's a good thing to do. Am I saying that, oh, well, Carlos, whatever? No. I was a manager at the time, and obviously there were police officers, and I respect them enough to say, thank you so much for protecting the city. I appreciate what you do. Please come back, and I'll take care of you. And you know what? Those two officers, they were phenomenal. They were great individuals. They always came back. Eventually, they didn't want the discount anymore. Not because, they think we're doing anything bad, but, they just felt like they shouldn't have gotten any special treatment. And that's what I like about the police officers. But this police officer, DJ, he feels so bad about himself. He sees himself, he's been experiencing so much harassment. He's been vilified so much that when someone genuinely wants to give him something good, he questions it, and that's sad. Like I said, introduced, what was it? It disrupts the established order, and it all becomes chaos. DJ, his order has been disrupted, and now when someone does something good, he questions it every step of the way. Again, chaos. This is chaos. This is what a lot of people are creating now. Chaos. I'm gonna continue. I just wanted to find out who was the person, and they deal with the person in an appropriate way, he told WTHR. Both McDonald's and the sheriff's office launched full investigations to find the truth, but on Friday, police found that the culprit was not an employee who wanted to mess with law enforcement. Instead, DJ forgot that he had already taken a bite of his McChicken. The employee took a bite out of the sandwich upon starting his shift at the Marion County Jail, then placed it in the refrigerator in a break room, police said in a statement, according to WTHR. He returned nearly 7 hours later and forgotten that he had previously bitten the sandwich. The sheriff's office added he wrongly concluded that a McDonald's restaurant employee had tampered with his food because he's a law enforcement officer. The officer has not fully apologized to the McDonald's for a false accusation, the police said. The Indianapolis cop isn't the first wrongly accused of fast food chain of tampering with his meal. In 2016, an 18-year-old Subway employee in Layton, Utah was arrested on accusations of lacing a police officer's drink with THC. The employee was reportedly subject to death threats and harassment online before toxicology results came back negative and cleared the Eagle Scout of any wrongdoing, according to KSL. It definitely has been a worry that this is going to affect me for years to come, the team told the outlet. But some fast food allegations have perhaps been more serious. Last year, a sheriff's deputy in Lee County, Florida, was eating Taco Bell burritos when his tongue started to feel numb and tingly. CBS Miami reported as he inspected the remaining burritos, the officer identified only as Deputy Brown noticed something that smelled like a cleaning product. The officer discovered the burritos were wrapped in bleach, according to CBS Miami. Multiple outlets reported that Taco Bell store was under investigation, but it's unclear whether any charges were filed. In Indianapolis, the Marion County Sheriff's Office praised McDonald's for its cooperation in getting to the bottom of the sandwich mystery, recognized that McDonald's is a valued civic partner, and any insinuation in private or in the media to the contrary is unfounded, police said. Now, this is the end of the article. Now, obviously, the cop he made a mistake. Obviously, he forgot that he had taken a bite out of a sandwich. But again, I don't blame him. I like that he was civil about it. I like that he wasn't just being an unprofessional POS, because that's what most customers are. Some customers forget that they ate a bite out of their sandwich, or they drank a bit of their Coke on the drive-thru, and then they come back and say, my Coke is not filled, or my sandwich is a bite out of it, or I'm missing one nugget, even though they probably ate it. In many cases, that's what happens. I've seen customers eat one nugget and then say, I'm sorry, sir, I only have 9. Either they're trying to get another nugget, or they just straight up forgot. I'm not going to question it, but that does happen. So I don't blame him for that. I actually praise the guy's professionalism when it comes to this. However, this is the sad part in the state that we're in when it comes to police officers. Police officers they're so fearful of being villainized that when something good actually happens to them, they question it. This guy constantly walks around fearing that people are going to harass him for being a cop, and that's sad. It really is. Because at the end of the day, who are we going to call? Like, really, who are we going to call? And I'll tell you this right now. If you hate the police, if you hate police officers and you think that they should be wiped off the face of the earth, I dare you to do this. And I invite you to do this. Whenever something goes wrong in your life, whether you get assaulted or you have to report a crime or something, you figure it out yourself. You do the work. Don't call a police officer, because guess what? You hate police. It's kind of like saying that, oh, well, I hate doctors and I'm still going to the hospital. That's the thing. You hate cops, then don't talk to cops. Don't call them when there's a crime to report. Don't do any of that. Someone breaks into your house, you solve that crime and you stop that thief. Don't call the cops and say, help, police officers, I'm getting robbed in my house. No, you figure it out. I dare you to do that. I invite you to do that. But let's face it, you're not going to, because most people that think like that are a bunch of people who talk and don't walk the walk. It's like, oh, F the police. Next thing you know, someone breaks into your house. Hello, police, someone's breaking into my house. It's ridiculous. Now, like I said, sure, it was a huge blunder, but I don't blame the guy. He's a cop. Nowadays, if you're a cop in the U.S., guess what? You're going to be hated. You're going to be hated. That's a harsh truth. You're going to be hated for simply enforcing the law in many cases. I've seen a lot of good cops who are vilified simply because they're trying to give you a parking ticket for not parking in a spot you're supposed to park. I'll give you a good example. When I got my first ticket, I ended up getting a ticket for parking in a red zone for 3 seconds. I knew I shouldn't have done that, but my little brother insisted that I park there, that nothing bad was going to happen, and I was dumb enough to listen to him. Now, what happened was that the cop told me to stop. He walked over. What did I do? I was respectful. I was civil. I didn't curse at the cop, and I knew why he was giving me a ticket. Okay? I did those 4 things. You know what the cop said? He was nice. He was incredibly nice. The ticket, first of all, was $68 for a red zone. He gave me a ticket for a speed limit because I was so nice. I was regular. Do you know why I stopped you, sir? Is it because I stopped at a red sign at a red spot, sir? I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. I'm sorry, sir. This is my brother insisted to park here. I told him that I wouldn't want to, but he was already running late. So I'm sorry about that, sir. I apologize for that. And he's like, do you have your license and registration? I was like, yeah, here you go. I gave him everything. I cooperated. Once the officer comes back, when he files the report, he says, like, okay, I know you parked in a red zone, but since you were really nice and you cooperated like nicely, obviously, you were in a rush, I'm gonna give you a parking ticket for a speed limit over going 5 miles over speed limit. It's a $28 ticket, and it's not gonna go on your record. Just pay it, and then it won't go on your record. That's all that happened. Like, really, like nothing bad happened. The cop was very nice because I was nice to him. But when you see people, getting stopped by a cop over a ticket, what do you see? Well, fuck you, officer. F you, son of a B, and all that other stuff. How do you expect a cop to behave? Like, really, like, if someone comes up to you and says, you're a piece of shit, are you going to be like, oh, well, have a nice day? No, you're going to be like, what the fuck is your problem? That's a natural response. And that's the thing is that cops, they're vilified when dealing with hostile people. People that make a big deal over knowingly going over like 100 miles over the speed limit. I know it's an exaggeration, but when they're knowingly breaking traffic laws, and then they get mad when they get pulled over. It's really sad. But honestly, this is a sad state that we're living in right now. This cop is paranoid to the point where he thinks that any good thing that comes his way it has a catch. The people are trying to set him up for it. This McDonald's offered him free food. He was suspicious from the get-go. Now at that point he was so fed up with constant paranoia. He forgot that he took a bite out of his sandwich. He falsely accused the McDonald's, and it was just a huge blunder. I feel bad for the guy. I really do. But that's the state of police right now. When cops are being doused with water, being like they're literally having buckets of water thrown at them. I'm talking about literal buckets as well, empty buckets. They're having buckets thrown at them because they're cops. That's really sad. I know I ranted a little bit, but you know that's a sad state that it is. Like I said, the Joker. It's really sad. It's a really sad day when the Joker starts making sense in a world like this. It's really sad when someone that is as crazy as the Joker starts making some sense. Like I said, I'll repeat the quote. Disrupt the established order and it all becomes chaos. People on the left, a lot of civilians as well, not just left, but some people who hate the cops, they disrupt the established order. Harassing police officers, vandalizing police departments. What happens? Chaos. Cops are paranoid when good things happen to them. Cops are constantly thinking that the world's out to get them, and that shouldn't happen. But like I said, chaos. If you like this video, share the video, like the video. YouTube has the ranked independent commentary, so you sharing the video and liking the video does help out a lot. But most importantly, subscribe, hit the notification button as well. That way you never miss an upload. Oh, I might have another article. But this one I decided to look into it more because it's just really sad. It really is. I respect the police department. Are all cops perfect? No, they're human beings just like us. But I really feel bad for this cop. This guy is so paranoid that when good things come his way, he just doesn't buy it. He thinks something's up. They're setting him up. It's really sad. That's gonna conclude the video, guys. Have a great rest of the day. Until next time, you guys.